Well, I'm back with NXT reviews. I know the last time I did an NXT review was like a month ago. I just took a break from watching NXT, although I only watched like 4 episodes to start off. But I just had other things to do. It's not like I was like busy all the fucking time. I just didn't feel like watching all this fucking wrestling. It's getting ridiculous with Raw. It's 3 hours long, and all these other videos I'm doing, and all the other shit. It's like the last thing I want to do is watch NXT and then do a review. But I decided this week I'm gonna knock some of those uh, shows out of the way, watch them, and review them. So I'm here. So what I'm gonna do is, uh, when I get a chance, or when I feel like it, I'm gonna watch. I actually got here. I'm gonna review the January 1st and January 8th shows. I know there's not many NXT fans out there. Not nearly as many people watch NXT as Raw, but I know there's some people who watch my videos who do watch NXT. So I mainly want to do the reviews for those people. I know my NXT reviews, they won't get a lot of views, but I want to do them for the people who watch NXT and to encourage some of my followers or subscribers, they're actually called, to watch NXT maybe, because I think it is better than Raw from what I've been seeing. So the next vid I'm going to make is going to be called NXT Review, NXT January Review Part 2. It's going to probably be the January, 15th it would be, and 22nd. Maybe I'll include the 29th. I think I'm going to make the 29th and the February one, the first one of February. I'm also going to include the February one and the January Part 3 review. But I'll figure it out. That's probably how it's going to go though. So let's get into it. First one, this is a January 1st review. Rusev comes out with Lana. I don't really like Lana, almost sounds like llama. That's what I think of when I see her. Llama, she's from this foreign country, Bulgaria, I want to say. And you normally associate llamas with like other countries, not America. So Lana, llama, it's like I know it's just like a little joke there, but I don't like her because she talks in Bulgarian and you can't hear what she's saying. It's like I remember like Del Rio cut a promo on SmackDown only talking in Mexican. It doesn't do me any good. And I don't like the woman manager. Like Paul Heyman's a man, so it works better with Brock Lesnar. Rusev even, he's like Brock Lesnar almost, this big monster guy, tough guy, and he's got like this woman manager. It just seems sort of awkward. Doesn't fit as well as Heyman and Lesnar. But the announcer, Kofi comes out. It's gonna be Rusev versus Kofi. They had this little promo Kofi cut some while back, I guess. I don't know how long ago it specifically was, but he cut a promo. He, somehow got in this match. The announcer botches. I don't know which one specifically, but they're like, oh, Kofi's a 10-time champion, 4-time IC champion, 3-time US champion, and 2-time tag champ. Now anybody who's been in the first grade knows 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. Alright. So a botch there. Not a big botch or anything, but it was a botch. I don't know where he fucked up here, but just want to point it out. Then Rusev defeats Kingston. He uses the Accolade, just a camel clutch, Just call it the camel clutch. Don't make up a new name. Call it the fucking camel clutch, alright? It's not, just because you put a new name on it doesn't mean it's like a unique finisher or anything. I thought this was a bit below average, a little underwhelming here. It was very short. Kofi lost, this main event guy, not main event, but main roster guy. He just beat fucking Randy Orton, for God's sakes. And he just loses to fucking Rusev in 5 minutes. The guy who just beat Orton, the supposed face of the company, the best guy they got in the company, and Rusev beats him. It's like, really? I was listening to the Solid Monster podcast, and he first brought this up. He's like, Kofi beat Orton, Rusev beat Kofi. Does that mean Rusev's, better than the face of the company and deserves to be champion? It's logical. You can fucking make a debate for that now, that Rusev deserves a shot at the title. but you know, a little below average, a little shocking to see, you know, an NXT guy just knock off Kofi like he's fucking nothing. But Rusev, you know, he was in the Rumble. Looks like he has a little bit of talent. You know, I like has good explosive power moves. You know, I would like to see him use a little bit more power moves. But he's a bit better than Biggie Langston, I think. You know, using some power moves. He has a nice move where he has a guy and he throws him over his shoulders and does like the Samoan drop. It's a pretty cool move. He's got a couple other nice moves. So, you know, he looks like a pretty good wrestler. Decent wrestler. You know, it just doesn't seem like he's that monster character, you know. Has a little bit further to go to achieve that monster character. It seems like. Then we're backstage with Sylvester Lefort. You know, a lot of these guys I gotta get familiar with. He's looking for clients. This big fat guy walks in. He tells me he's too fat. A little bit funny. Nothing really, you know, to laugh out loud about though. Then Mason Ryan shows up. And he, you know, Lefort shows him the dollar or whatever. He's like, oh, you can make these. Mason Ryan takes it, shoves it right into Lefort's mouth. It's like, it's just what they did with DiBiase back in the day. It's like, it's just copying. It's purely copying. It's like they can't think of anything new. So Ryan said he's not interested. And then, end this segment there. Never really watched Mason Ryan. I heard he wasn't anything special. So can't, you know, really formulate an opinion on Mason Ryan until I see him wrestle. Emma defeated Natalya. I see Emma's doing this bubbly thing, you know, I don't know what the fuck this is. A little bit catchy though with the theme song and the little dance or whatever. I found that a little bit catchy. Better than Fandangoing, you know. Fandangoing's alright. But, you know, that theme was pretty catchy in my opinion. Emma, she's talented. Like that dilemma submission on the ropes. So another cool submission by Natalya. It's like a sharpshooter variation almost. The Emma lock's a really cool move too. Just a really good match here. Probably the best match out of these 2 episodes I watched. And it was a Divas match. But again, another NXT beats the main roster guy. Or girl, I guess. So it's pretty shocking here to see Natalya, a main roster person, just lost, you know, was just in a match with AJ for the Divas belt like a month or 2 ago. Loses to Emma. It's pretty shocking, you know. First it's Kofi, then it's Natalya. Is NXT better than fucking Raw and SmackDown, guys? Let me get this thing off first. Sing off Colin Cassidy defeating Aiden English in a sing off. Pretty stupid, I thought here. You know if you watch my videos for a little bit, you know how I feel about singers in WWE. You know, it was the only part I really enjoyed here a little bit was when Cassie started singing "You Suck." You know, it was a little bit better than what they were doing throughout the whole segment. So, but at least they were decent singers. Like, you know, when they have singers on WWE, you know, on Raw especially, they can't fucking sing. At least these 2 guys were pretty good singers. So, but that still wasn't good. Tyler Breeze defeated Mason Ryan. Stupid short match here. Lefort distracts Ryan. Then Breeze wins with this spinning kick or whatever. He spins in midair, kicks him in the face. It's called the beauty shot, right? Yeah, beauty shot. You know, Breeze, I hear he's a pretty popular guy, so, but I haven't seen enough of him to formulate a legitimate opinion on him. Looks like he has a couple decent moves. That beauty kick was pretty cool. So yeah, nothing, you know, good about this though. It was too short, you know. They let him have at least a 5-minute match at least, you know. It's like all these matches are a little bit too short for me. Sami Zayn defeats Leo Kruger in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Actually wins 2 straight falls in a row. Alright match, you know. Some nice moves, especially at the end. Nice, you know, a couple nice moves and spots, you know, but mostly at the end. The beginning, I remember, you know, was pretty boring. That's what I remember out of this match. Zayn wins the match on this cool submission move. You know, it reminded me of the move Punk did at SummerSlam on John Cena. Remember when, who was it? Or he did on the Big Show. You know, the double submission tap out on the Big Show at SummerSlam back in 2012. It reminded me of that. So, for this show, we had 1 good match, Emma and Natalya. The rest wasn't that great. But, alright, let's move on to January 8th. First match, we got Bayley defeating Summer Rae. A little bit below average here. But it was still better than the Divas matches on Raw. Belly to Bayley's, her finisher, it's retarded. It's like, oh, we're just going to give it a cool name. You know, oh, Bayley, so we're going to name it Belly to Bayley, guys. And we're going to call it a finisher. It's like, you can't fucking do that. The belly to belly is not a fucking finisher. It's a signature move at best. It's not a finisher. You know, Bayley can't even fucking lift the Diva off the ground, basically. She's not a power wrestler. She shouldn't even be doing this move, really. She gets, you know, Summer Rae like 2 feet off the ground. It's ridiculous. She can't even fucking throw her, you know, over the head. Not even close, like Brock Lesnar does the belly to belly. So that wasn't that great, you know. A little bit below average here. Then we get Woods backstage in this annoying promo. Says he's over 9,000. I don't know what the fuck that means. Sorry guys, I haven't been keeping up with this annoying ass Xavier Woods for the past, you know, or however long he's been in NXT. But this was annoying backstage here. Then we get Aiden English defeating Colin Cassidy. It's alright, you know. Stupid ending, you know. Aiden English just hits his finish out of nowhere. It's called the director's cut. Yeah, a little bit of a cool finisher here. Haven't really seen anything like it. I'm all for uniqueness when it comes to finishers. Something that I haven't seen before. So this was alright. Not anything that special or anything. It was obviously a, you know, rematch, I guess, if you want to say, from that retarded sing off last week. That was so this was alright. Then Woods comes out. Xavier Woods. Then Kane comes out right after him. They should have just put Kane versus Xavier Woods, you know, but instead, you know, and Kane says, oh, you've been having success on Raw. It's like, what the fuck? He hasn't been having any fucking success on Raw. If anything, his Raw career has been a fucking disaster. But they're like, oh, we haven't forgotten what you did. Remember when they did the petition with the Big Show, where Xavier Woods made a petition to resign the Big Show or whatever, you know, to not fire him. I forget what the specifics were about it. But Kane's like, oh, we waited till now to punish you. Why? It's like if somebody fucks up at work, if you get a job and you, let's say you're on your phone too much, you know, your boss catches you texting, he tells you, oh, don't do that. He catches you again, and he tells you, don't do that, and he catches you, and he says, oh, if you do this one more time, I'm gonna fire you, and he catches you again, and he's like, all right, you know, and then 3 months later, then he fires you for what you did. It doesn't make sense. It's not realistic. Why are they waiting till now to punish him? But I like Kane's promo. He uses some nice words, you know. He's actually pretty sophisticated with his promos. I've seen some of his promos. I saw one on the WWE channel, YouTube channel. It was actually pretty good. So he's not a bad promo guy. They let him, you know, do what he wants. So then Rusev is announced as his opponent. Rusev defeats him in like 2 minutes. Good, you know, I'm all for this fucking retarded ass Xavier Woods getting beat down like this. So I enjoyed this. Nice to see Woods get his ass kicked and lose. Tyson Kidd defeated Baron Corbin. Don't know who this guy is. Corbin had some nice moves, mainly because Kidd was selling so good, and Kidd's so small, and Corbin's a decently big guy, so, you know, Kidd was selling pretty good for him. And Kidd had some nice, you know, moves like he always does. As I very much enjoy Kidd in the ring. So he wins on the somersault neck breaker. It's sort of a cool move, so decent match here. Enjoyed this. Then the Ascension defeated Hunico and Camacho. Started out very boring. Then it just got, you know, the last 3 or 4 minutes got picked up, fast paced a little bit more. Made for a average match, alright match. A lot of basic moves like punches and kicks though, elbows and shit like that. Ascension retain. So there you go, people. Again, we'll make a vid in the next week probably about the January 22nd. I'll review the January 22nd and 29th episode, or wait, excuse me, the 15th and the 22nd episodes. We'll make a video reviewing those 2 shows probably in the next 7 days. So there you go, people.